Hey sis, welcome or welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, we did a no makeup look. Now in today's video, I did a glowy no makeup look. So I really wanted my skin to look really nice and fresh, hydrated, just really glowy. So if you're interested in how I went from this to this, then of course, just continue to watch. All right, sis, so of course you want to start off with clean skin. You want to make sure that your skincare, your moisturizers, your serums, all of that is out of the way. I am starting off with makeup products, so everything that I'm using from this point on is makeup products. So you want to make sure that your skin prep, your skincare is done before this step. So let's get into the first step, and that is priming your skin. So when it comes to primer, you want to use something that is hydrating, and this goes for all skin types: dry, oily, combination, sensitive. Just making sure that you have a really hydrated canvas is what I would recommend for a no makeup look. I just feel like the look of hydrated skin gives natural, it just gives skin. So I always recommend going in with some sort of hydrating primer. Now it doesn't necessarily need to be hydrating in terms of oils and things like that, but you want to make sure that that primer has at least hyaluronic acid in it, and that's just going to make sure that your skin is nice and hydrated. So today I'm going to be using the Decay Yummy Skin Glow Serum, and this is considered a hydrating and priming face serum. So this is a 2-in-1, so it's going to hydrate the skin as well as prime it. And I feel like in a no makeup look, especially if you're trying to get out the house, having something that's a 2-in-1 or that has multiple benefits is your best friend. So I love that this does two things in one. So it hydrates my skin and primes it as well. So I'm going to go in with this today as my primer. Now Decay knows what she's doing with these products. Love this serum. You can instantly see the glow in the skin once you apply it to your face. So I love that, you know, I just have that refreshing feeling on my face as well as that glow from within. It's not doing too much, but it's doing just enough. I feel like nice, hydrated, glowy skin is what you want to go for. Again, if you are oily skin, try and use something that maybe doesn't have any oils, but claims that it is hydrating. So something that's oil-free, but hydrating. So that is the skin. You guys cannot tell me you do not see that glow. Love how my skin looks already. All right, so the next step is your brows. I like to go from top to bottom, so I like to work my way down on my face. Totally optional. You do not have to do your brows next, but I would recommend this. So you want to go in with your brow product. Now for something very natural, especially if you have brow hairs to work with, I would say just go in with a brow gel. Ditch the brow pencil and all of that stuff unless you really absolutely need to use a brow pencil. Then obviously go ahead, do what you personally need to do for your brows. But for me, for a no makeup look, I feel like a nice fluffy brow will suffice, and that's enough, honestly. And just taming your brows. So a brow gel will honestly do all of that. So I'm going to go in with a brow gel today, and today I'm going to be using my e.l.f. brow lift, and I'm going to pair it with just a spoolie. And all we're doing is fluffing out the brows and just really taming it and keeping it in place. So I'm just gonna dip into that gel, and I like to just disperse it everywhere first. And then I like to kind of fluff the brows up. Always brush up. This is just gonna give you a lifted look to your brows. You can see that this side of my face already looks, you know, lifted just by brushing the brows up. So all I'm doing is just using that spoolie and brushing it up, and then I like to just shape it in place just like that. So you can see the difference between both sides. This side just looks a little bit more tamed, whereas this is just doing its own thing. So again, I'm just gonna apply that brow gel all over and then start just fluffing it out and brushing in an upward motion. And then again, you just want to shape it in your desired shape. I'm just taking my fingers and getting rid of the residue that's around the brow, but that's pretty much it. You just want to kind of tame your brows in place. You don't need to really do anything with it. All right, sis, so next step is your complexion. So for this step, you want to give yourself a nice even complexion. So you can go in with a few options. You can go in with just some spot correcting with a skin tone, flesh tone concealer, or you can go in with a lightweight foundation or even a BB cream, something that is a bit more lightweight. And this is just going to, of course, keep that illusion of skin. You don't want to look like you are packing on makeup. You don't even want to look like you're wearing makeup. So something that's more lightweight is what you want to go for. Now for today, I'm going to be using a concealer, and this is a flesh tone concealer that matches perfectly with my skin. And this is just going to do a bit of spot correcting and really give me that even tone to my skin. So I do have just dark under eyes that I want to conceal. And then around my mouth, I do have a bit of darkness. It's actually looking a lot better these days. But do what you need to do to conceal any dark spots, hyperpigmentation, anything, acne marks, whatever the case is. Use whatever works for you. So today I'm going to be using my L'Oreal Infallible 24-hour full wear concealer. And I love this full wear because it's going to give me the coverage. Now I'm not going to go in with a heavy hand with this, which is the next biggest tip I could recommend, is to go in with a light hand with these products. Again, this is a no makeup look, so you want to keep it that. So keep it as little makeup as you can. So with this concealer, I'm just going to go in to the areas that I need that extra spot correction. So on my mouth here, definitely underneath my eyes. My forehead has a few spots that need that correction. Right here. All right, so this is technically what I would want to conceal. So I'm gonna go in with my blending concealer brush and just blend it out. So all you wanna do is dab it into the skin, and because this is a flesh tone concealer, it should blend in. There should not be any visibility of this concealer. And because you did use a serum that is hydrating, your concealer is going to blend seamlessly into your skin. And underneath the eyes, I'm also going to do my eyelids as well with the residue that's on it. I'm not going to put too much product on my eyelids. I just want to lightly conceal it. Again, whatever the residue is, and right underneath the brows as well. Okay, so we have a nice even complexion going on here. So next step is your second concealer. Now this part is optional. You don't need to go in with a second concealer. For me, I feel like I want to do a bit of brightening and highlight my under eyes, my inner corner. So I'm going to go in with a concealer that is 2 to 3 shades, two shades, even 1 shade is good, not 3. 2 shades or even 1 shade lighter than your flesh tone concealer, and this is just going to lightly highlight your skin. So I'm just going to apply this in the inner corner, and I like this concealer. This is the Maybelline Super Stay Concealer in the shade 50. I like this concealer because it's super lightweight, so but it has the coverage, so it does the job. But all I'm gonna do is just kind of blend that out, and that's just gonna brighten up my under eye a little bit. All right, so next is your bronzer or your contour. Now when it comes to that, we're gonna do something really light. We're not doing the whole thing. Trust me, we're not doing that. All I want to do is focus on chiseling out the cheekbones. And for me, that's what I like to do. You do not need to do this step again, but this is just going to kind of help bring back that structure. Because again, we did kind of get rid of, we kind of made our skin a little bit flat with that concealer. So going in with a contour or bronzer, just in your cheekbones really gives back that illusion of some contour to your skin. So I'm gonna go in with this balm and just take a little bit on my cheekbones. And then with that brush, this is the BK Beauty A507 brush. It is angled for contouring and bronzing, but I'm just gonna blend this out. And this is just gonna give me a bit of contour. Just a bit, not doing too much. And I love that it's in a balm form because it's super lightweight, but it gets the job done. All right, so next is a blush of your choice. Again, I would say stick to creams or balms. These are just a little bit more skin-like rather than the powder on your face. So you still want to keep that glowy look to your skin, that fresh look. So something that is more liquid or in a balm form. So I'm going to stick with the balm and go in with my CoverGirl Skin Enhance Blush Balm. So this is the blush version to the contour. And again, we're just gonna put a little bit of this onto the skin, just like that. And this is just gonna add some color back to the skin. And then I'm gonna take my BK Beauty 110 brush and just blend this out. And this is such a nice, beautiful, subtle blush. All right, so we got all of our cream products out of the way. We didn't do too much to the skin, but when it comes to your under eyes, you definitely want to lightly set that. So I'm gonna go in with a bit of powder today. Today I'm gonna be using my CoverGirl Clean Invisible Loose Setting Powder. This is in the shade Translucent Deep. And I'm just gonna lightly set underneath my eyes. Before I do that, we just wanna blend out those creases. You don't wanna set those creases. And then I'm gonna go in with my Real Technique setting brush, dip into that powder, dust off the excess, and then just lightly pat this underneath the eyes. And this is just going to really set underneath the eye. Now you're also open to put it on your forehead, just anywhere else on your face. But I think I really like the glow to my skin. So I'm gonna keep that little glow that's going on the forehead. I still wanna look like my skin is natural. So we're just gonna set the eye area. I'm actually gonna set my eyelids as well. So let me blend that out first and then just go in with that powder and set. All right, so next is your eyes. Now you can go in with just some mascara to your top and bottom lashes. And this is really going to just look like you did a little something with your eyes. Now I have just these falsies on right now. So all I'm gonna do is just apply it to my bottom lashes. Now we can move on to the lips. I feel like the lips is so self-explanatory. You could go in with Vaseline if you want, just something to moisturize the lips. So today I'm going to be using my e.l.f. Glow Reviver Lip Oil. A lip oil is a really good alternative for just something quick and hydrating to put onto your lips. This is in the shade Honey Talks. So I'm just going to quickly apply this. All right, last but not least is your setting spray. So today I'm going to be using the Urban Decay Glow Finish Makeup Setting Spray. This is what's going to make your skin look like skin again, all while giving you a really nice, glowy, hydrated finish. It feels like I have nothing on my face. All right, so that completes this makeup look, this no makeup, glowy, natural looking makeup look that you can achieve in less than 10 minutes. Really straightforward for beginners. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. And if you haven't checked out my most recent video, I did do a video using all Maybelline products. So if you're interested in this video, then of course click on this next. But that is about it. I will see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.